The fall of the Roman Empire had done quite a number on poor old Europe. Major epidemics and their aftershocks such as the infamous Black Plague, suffering through a series of large-scale famines, and the tension of religious upheavals was of great concern between the 5th and 14th century. And amid this chaos, it was no wonder this period saw a lack of cultural and scientific advancement. This period has long been referred to as the Dark Ages. But after being thrust into tragedy after tragedy, Europe finally began to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Renaissance is a French word meaning rebirth, although its beginnings can be traced back to Florence, Italy. This is largely due to the prosperity of the city. Through the establishment of successful trade, Florence had the wealth for this revolution. It was also known for its experimentation in the realm of innovation, with a significant number of creatives who were eager to build up on the classic forms of architecture, painting, sculpting, and designing. And while the Renaissance feels like an eternity ago, it is still relevant in our modern day. Let us now reflect on some people, places, and things that we may or may not recognize as part of the Renaissance. Take a few moments to consider the following questions in relation to each subject. Try to make connections from media that you have already interacted with or consumed. Have you seen this painting before? Can you identify this woman? Who created this piece? As many of you may have put together, this is Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa, a widely admired art piece. The woman depicted in the painting, known as Mona Lisa, has been praised as a fond representation of the femme fatale. Despite dating back to the 1500s, this piece can be found referenced and parodied abundantly in modern media. What about this man? Who is he? Are you familiar with any of his work? Is the infamous William Shakespeare, commonly deemed the greatest writer in English literature. His works include plays such as Romeo and Juliet, as well as sonnets such as Sonnet 18, which you may know as Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day? Now, who are these gentlemen? Do you know their names? Most importantly, what do they have to do with each other? Both of these figures share the name of Donatello, despite their vast differences. While Donnie, of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, a crime-fighting, staff-wielding fighter, his namesake is a notable Renaissance sculptor, most known for his bronze statue depicting the biblical hero, David. While we know that the works of the Renaissance have followed us into the contemporary era, we must also acknowledge its role in shaping the worldview of the Western world. This is where the humanism movement comes into play. Most commonly attributed to the Renaissance, humanists shunned medieval concepts that were largely derived from the writings of early church fathers. Instead, they favored the idea of humans being the center of their own existence, with a focus on power, education, and freedom, values that have surely followed us into our own lives. There's still so much more to uncover regarding Renaissance events, figures, creations, and innovations. Ready to delve deeper into the revival,